And what I learned is that I don't know much.
Yeah. So the government, long time ago, guys, the banks got together and they needed to create a product. Okay. They were sitting on a lot of money. So they needed to create a product. The product that they decided to create was the loan system. They wanted to create a way for people to pay them back, loan out money, and have people pay them out back over long periods of time. But they needed to attach the money to something, a physical asset that they can go and touch, and something that would give people a sense of satisfaction. So they attached it to a property.
So
And
banks have a bunch of money and they want to attach their money to physical properties.
so they created the 30-year and the 15-year loan. And then they told US taxpayers, hey, the American dream is to save up, go to school, get a job, and buy a house, right?
Mm.
So that became a part of the government system, right? Where we were focused on trying to save up, get a high paying job, and get a really nice house. But the government was really winning because the government works with these big banks, right? So
Yeah.
these big banks are able to lend out loans. So all of these loan programs started to come out. The FHA, you're putting 3.5% down. You see how much leverage you're taking. So you become more reliant on the bank, and the bank is reliant on the government that prints the money to the
Mm.
bank. Do you see what I'm saying? So we started playing into the system. One thing that we can do is we can turn around and join in on the game and turn around and become real estate investors. Because just buying a house, you only get to write off property taxes and mortgage interest. And Donald Trump came in and swooped in and cut all that in half. If you go and become a real estate investor, you get to write off property taxes, mortgage interest. If you want to manage your own property, you can set up your own management company, hire your children, write off your vehicles, your cars, set up a retirement account, and you get depreciation.
Dang.
And that is the biggest flex because that's generational wealth. If you set up a trust, now you can pass off these properties to your next heirs and they get a step up in basis, which means they have no debt on the deal and they can turn around and rent out the properties or sell it with no capital gains tax, right?
Mm-hmm.
And being able to have access to those programs like the FHA program, which our skin color didn't have access to, is part of the reason why wealth was created in certain
What do you mean?
societies.
Explain that. Got you.
Like it's interesting when you get on the phone with entrepreneurs that have found their first little bit of cash flow
Mhm.
and they feel like they have a lot of things figured out, even to the point where they're on the phone with a tax strategist acting like they've already figured things out. Oh yeah, that's why I set this up. Oh yeah, and that's why I'm doing this. And it's like, okay, well, you came into my doctor's office. You understand that I have all the medication. So are you here to tell me how to do? And I don't feel that sense of disrespect whatsoever, because I'm there to serve every single person that comes across me. But I do want there to be a sense of understanding that when you are on the phone with a tax strategist, our one goal is to figure out what you're not doing. So we're going to be the ones kind of majority asking all the questions,
Yeah.
just like when you go into a doctor's office. What's your height? What's your weight? When's the last time you stepped on the scale? Okay. Do you smoke? No. Okay. Do your family history have heart disease? Right.
Mm.
They're asking all the questions because they're
Yeah.
in control. And that's why you're there for, to get some help.